Hi there, Dr. Gary here on the road. We sell dental practices nationwide. We are dental practice brokers. I was a dentist myself for 25 years. Now we're doing the dental practice brokerage for 15. So today's topic is, while attempting to sell a dental practice, landlord informs seller they refuse to return their deposit. Ridiculous. We'll get into this. So as you know, we now have 10 employees. We're in 24 states and we're working 363 days a year, taking off Christmas and Easter. We're available to you at 201-663-0935. Phone number 201-663-0935 will be answered from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. every day. So give us a call. Be more than happy to help you anytime. Even if you just want some advice about buying or selling a practice, don't worry about it. Call us. If you're thinking about to discuss appraisal, what the market is, call us. We don't charge for that. Happy to talk to you. We enjoy what we're doing. I never plan on retiring at all because I'm having too much fun. I enjoy what I do. Very rewarding. Now, let's talk about first of all the information you're hearing today is for informational purposes only, and it's not legal advice. To reach us by email and check our site out, it's dentalpracticeguide.com or nationwidedentalpracticebrokers.com. So, if you're also thinking about selling to one of the large DSOs, give us a ring and we will chat about that, because we know the best of them. We work with about 140 of them. We know who the best ones are, who's having financial trouble, who's having trouble internally. We know a lot of what's going on. Who stopped buying and therefore is running into problems. Who's losing employees that are going to other DSOs. A lot going on. And you have to be aware of it, especially with this increased interest rate environment. Everything's changed. It's all changed in the last few years. Now, but there's new ones coming up with new money, because don't forget, an investment in dental it works out great. When I work with the DSOs, generally they all pay my commission. Generally there's no commission to the seller, so it doesn't cost you anything as a seller. Also, when we sell practices over $1 million, any practice, we will, upon successful closing, and it was closed for over $1 million, we'll reimburse legal fees. All right, so we have a lot going on, a lot to help you with. So please give us a call about that. We can explain. We just did that like 2 weeks ago. We reimbursed the doctor's legal fees upon successful closing based on some minor criteria. That's it. Anyway, let's continue. So what's today's crisis? It's always another crisis, you know. It never ends. And what we have going on now is the landlord, great tenant, paid the rent on time for like 20 years, 25 years. Landlord says, you never paid a security deposit. Now, what landlord do you think is going to let you rent without giving a security deposit, even 25, 30, 40, 50 years ago? The doctor said, you're crazy. Of course I paid it to you. Of course I paid your broker's fee. And now that I'm thinking about it, that was 25 years ago. Landlord telling me he never paid it. I know he paid it. He knows he paid it, and it's in the lease. But more so, what about all the interest? He should have accumulated by now. So it's an interesting topic. So this is an ongoing thing. This is holding up the sale of the dental practice. Right now, it's holding up the sale. I don't know what's going to happen. We're not talking about a lot of money, $6,000 some odd dollars, maybe less than that, maybe $5,000. But the practice sale wasn't that high. And on top of that, it was On top of everything, it was a very small deal, but it's still, the seller is pissed. Like, how could you tell me I didn't give you a security deposit? Now, trying to find receipts from 25 years ago, it's a little difficult. But we know the landlord owes it. Now, you could say, oh, landlord has to pay. Landlord doesn't have to do anything. To force the landlord to do something, you have to take him to court. Period. You've got to go to court. Got to go to court, cost you $5,000 to open up the case. You got to litigate the case, go back and forth, back and forth. You don't have proof that you paid it, but you have a lease. The landlord says, I don't know. This landlord, by the way, was handed the building from a family member. So hasn't been around that long, this landlord. You know, many of you that say, well, I don't have to worry about landlord. I'm on a month-to-month lease. Yeah, that's if the landlord stays your landlord. It's so dangerous. Some of these dentists are on month-to-month lease. It's just so ridiculous. They can be pushed out in the street. So anyway, our closing is being held up because this landlord is refusing to give like a $5,000 lease with security deposit back. They're refusing to do it. So this is a situation we're up against. Obviously, we have great dental attorneys who've handled emergencies and problems like this before. Whatever it may be, they've handled it. Now, they may not have handled specifically this one, with a specifically just like this, but they probably handled another crisis that was close to this. Some other crisis. I don't know what the other crisis is. It doesn't matter. They're accustomed to dealing with these multiple crises. So we have an issue right now, and that the seller's going to need some emotional support from us, obviously, as the broker, because I'm the in-between person. And then he's complaining to me, how can this landlord do this to me? I said, we'll work it out. One way or the other, this will be worked out, but don't let it tie up the closing. I think what will happen is the closing will go forward, and the exception will be this security deposit the landlord has to return to him. So it shouldn't technically tie up the landlord, tie up the closing. I think that's what will happen. I think that's will be the advice of the landlord, of the attorneys. That's why you've got to have dental attorneys. And those of you that think, well, you can handle your own closing, or your friend that give you a boilerplate contract, or your attorney that's not going to charge you anything, you know, it's not easy. Dealing with these landlords is challenging sometimes. And I'm doing this 15 years. Some of the landlords, some of the attorneys have been doing it 18, 20, 22 years. One attorney did 162 closings last year. Don't you think he has a little bit of experience with things like this? Even though he may not have come across this specifically, it's still an issue he has to handle with. And still, you've got to move everything forward. You've got to move the deal forward. The deal has to get done. And we may have to just carve out something that will accommodate the fact that the seller is still owed this money. But it's a problem. This is something we come across all the time. That is anomalies out of the blue. You've never heard of it. You're not reading this in books and magazines and articles. I'm telling you because this is happening right now. And this happens all the time. Happens all the time. Some crazy thing will happen. The reason it happens, you have 10 moving parts. Buyer, seller, buyer's attorney, seller's attorney, buyer's accountant, seller's accountant, bank attorney, landlord attorney. You got a ton of moving parts. Something goes wrong, it's the problem that you have. You just got to be on it. You got to be prepared. Us as brokers, we are used to chaos. Generally, if a dentist, that's even if he's done 1, 2, 3, 5 closings, he's not used to chaos. What's that dentist going to do when he finds his landlord and tells him the seller, I'm not paying you back? Well, you got to know how to handle it. What has to be done? You know, you got to handle these things. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And this is why you need experienced people. Hey, I'm busy enough, but I'm here to try to help you. The attorneys are busy enough. Trying to save money by not going to a broker, not getting a dental attorney, you're not saving any money in the end. You need qualified people on their game 24/7 that are going to work on your behalf, that have the experience of dealing with ever chaos comes along. And believe me, there's always some kind of chaos. But we'll work it out. We're here to help you. Give me a call anytime. Thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button and we'll make it happen for you. Thank you, bye.